Welcome to Guru Trader video for Monday, April the 12th, 2010. Here's the market movers that we're looking at today. New stock, SK, Skyline Gold Corp, 14 cents. MJS again, Majestic Gold Corp, 23 cents. CUU again, Copper Fox Metals, 40 cents. PMI, Petromanas Energy, 74 cents. New symbol KG, Klondike Gold Corp, 5 cents. GBB again, Gold Bullion Development, 33 cents. AZX again, Alexandria Minerals Corp, 27 cents. NCM again, Newcastle Minerals, 14 cents. CMM again, Century Mining Corp, 61 cents. On the Toronto Stock Exchange, first time mentioning KAT, Katanga Mining Limited, $1.13. New symbol FRHV, Fresh Harvest Products Inc., 7.7 cents on the OTC Bulletin Board. And lastly, RNN again, Rexahn Pharmaceuticals, $3.50 on the AMEX. Let's take a closer look. Alright, we normally have 5 to 7 stocks. Today we have 12. I don't have time to go into the actual news releases. If you check back in our Twitter timeline for these stocks and search for the symbols, you'll find it when we first mentioned them. Look for our videos on those days. Go to investorsguru.com, look for those videos, and we'll go into the news releases, what was driving them at that time if you're interested. So I'm just going to mention whether they're a new stock or whether they're one that we've been following when we first mentioned them and go from there. 9 of these stocks are on the Venture Exchange, 1 on the Toronto Stock Exchange, 1 on the Bulletin Board, and 1 on the AMEX. Okay, this is the first one. SK, Skyline Gold Corp, 14 cents. Was the volume leader today at over 8 million shares traded, 14 million market cap. Previous 52-week high was 16 cents, which did on November the 18th. So it hasn't made a new high yet, but because of the volume, the percentage move and the volume moves, it's on our radar. I just want to see if this is more than a, wouldn't surprise me if it pulled back or whatever. I don't see any news. Last news is March the 5th, so let's see if this is more than a one-day blip. It's on our radar. Okay, moving along. MJS, Majestic Gold Corp again, 23, up another 21%, 4 cent move. 6.5 million shares traded. The market cap's up to 52 million. The previous 52-week high was 19 cents, which it did on Friday. Don't have time to get into the news. MJS we first mentioned on April the 18th at 14 cents. April the 9th on Friday at 18.5 cents. So it made another 52-week high today. Traded as high as 27 cents. So there's a follow-up on that one. Same with CUU. Copper Fox Metals, 40 cents today, up another 7 cents, another 21%. Almost 6 million shares traded. Market cap's over 100 million now. Previous 52-week high was 34, which it did on Friday. The low was 6 cents, which it did June the 1st of last year. So again, I can't get into the news, but Copper Fox we first mentioned on April the 7th at 26 cents, and on Friday at 32.5 cents. So trade high is 43.5 today, another 52-week high. Okay, moving along. PMI. This one made the short list many times, but didn't quite make the final cut. We were including Friday. Today it did break its 52-week high. The 52-week high I think on Friday was 72. So Friday was the high I think of 74. Traded as high as 79 today. So they're moving it here. The volume seems to be picking up over 5 million. It's on the volume leaders. Petromanas Energy, interesting play. I'm just starting to do my homework on it. I don't own any stock. Their Albanian oil properties are worth looking into. Now, the reason I mention that is we get submissions from people who are members of our site, and if we find something interesting, we'll publish it and give them the credit for it. We did that in our Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer on Thursday, April the 8th. If you go to investorsguru.com, you'll see that this article, Petromanas eyes 6 billion barrels of light crude, mentions Bankers Petroleum as a comparative. It mentions Endeavor Financial, which I assume Endeavor would be raising money for them. Again, I didn't write this. It's looking into the play, and a couple days later she's making new highs. So anyway, looks like an interesting play to put on your radar. KG, this is a new stock, Klondike Gold Corp, a nickel. If you're looking for nickel stocks, nickel up a penny, 25% move. Picked up on the volume actives and the percentage gainers. 4.8 million shares traded out of 204 million. $10 million company. Previous 52-week high was a nickel, which it did in January the 6th. So that's why we're mentioning it. It seems like, is it going to break out of that 5-cent channel? We won't know until the next few days. I haven't gone into their properties yet. I believe they're in the Yukon. Klondike Gold Corp. So anyway, there's a new one if you're looking for a nickel stock to put on your radar and do your homework on. GBB again, Gold Bullion Development. Mentioned it many times. 33 cents up a nickel, another 17% move, 4.4 million shares outstanding. Market cap's up to almost 28 million now. The previous 52-week high was 31 cents, which it did on March the 30th. The low was 1.5 cents, which it did May the 5th of last year. Don't have time to get into the news, but we first mentioned GBB. Where are you? March the 3rd, I think, at 20 cents. And about 4 times since then. So, moving on. AZX, Alexandria Minerals, 27, up another 12%. 4 million shares traded. Market cap's up to 25 million. 52-week high was on Friday at 25 cents, right there. The low was 4 cents, which did June the 9th of last year. This one I mentioned, I think, around that March 23rd date when Agnico Eagles, which is a major, invested into the stock, I think at around 20 cents when Alexandria was trading at 16 to 17 cents. So now it's up to 27, and I said, that's a good endorsement for the company. Their properties are around Agnico Eagles properties in Val-d'Or, Quebec. There's activity going on. Alexandria continues to delineate gold mineralization at Akasaba. I think that's the name of the property near that Val-d'Or area. So anyway, sure enough, it's followed up, and we first mentioned them, March 23rd at 17 cents, and I think 3 times cents. So we're keeping that one on our radar. It made a new 52-week high today at 29. Moving on to NCM, Newcastle Minerals, 14 up to 16% move, so it showed up on the percentage gainers and on the volume actives. It shows only a $7.8 million market cap. Previous 52-week high was 13 cents, which it did on Friday. Looks like it's broken out of this 5 to 10 cent channel. Let's see. The high today was 15 cents. So let's see over the next few days if it follows up on that. But this is interesting. Monday, today's news. Newcastle hires Millet Drilling for its Carcallan property. So it looks like there's a drilling program that's getting underway. Newcastle options gold prospect near Trelawney's Chester discovery. Look into that. Look into Trelawney's properties and their results near that Chester Township area. They also mentioned this Pickle Lake property. I don't know much about that, and their West Timmins properties. So it looks like a lot of activity gearing up there. So that one's definitely going to be on our radar now. Yeah, we mentioned Newcastle before on March the 4th at 12 cents. So that was probably when they optioned this Chester Township gold prospect. Okay, moving on. CMN, Century Mining Corp, 61, up another 8 cents, another 15%. $200 million company now. Broke the 52-week high on Friday, 55 cents. April 6th, they announced they're prepares for first gold pour is on schedule at the Mac Gold project. That's in Quebec. Near Val-d'Or, and they also have there's updates on this record gold production at San Juan Gold Mine in Peru. So they've got several properties there, it looks like, and some drill results to look into. We first mentioned CMN on December 12th at 28.5 cents, so it's 61 cents. Traded as high as 64 cents a day, another 52-week high. And quickly, KAT on the Toronto Stock Exchange, Katanga Mining Limited. This is a substantial company. This company is actually worth over $2 billion. Arguably, maybe it's not a small cap, but $1.13, up 21 cents. It's a 22% move. With 1.9 billion shares outstanding, that's a fairly substantial move. But only 3.8 million shares have traded. Now, I'm going to see if this is more than a one-day blip. I'm just sort of watching it. The news release today was interesting. The exchange basically wanted them to make a statement. The company said they're not aware of any material undisclosed development that would cause today's upward movement in its share price. And I love the next line. The company has the potential to become Africa's largest copper producer and the world's largest cobalt producer. So they operate in the Democratic Republic of Congo, producing refined copper and cobalt. So anyway, that's on our radar. We'll keep an eye on it. And this one here, Fresh Harvest Products, FRHV, 7.7 cents, up a nickel. Now that's a huge move, 185%. That's why it's on there. The volume, over 70 million shares have traded. Still only a $10 million market cap, but 70 million shares out of 142 million shares, if that's believed. It's turned over half of its outstanding shares, it looks like. The previous 52-week high was 4 cents, which it did on November the 4th. The low, now keep this in mind, this is 0.2 of 1 cent. So it looks low, but keep in mind this thing was a fraction of a penny. I don't know anything about this company. I mean, they did put out news today. Fresh Harvest Wings of Nature bars announces brisk sales in Walgreens. Some granola bar or something like that, some type of health products. If you're into that, do your homework. Doesn't really interest me, but we'll see if it follows up or if this is a one-day blip. So it's on our radar. RNN again, Rexahn Pharmaceuticals, 350, up another 85%, 32% move, 8.5 million shares traded, 251 million market cap. They have different drugs in different stages. I've mentioned in the past about their, Parkinson's disease phase 2 protocol, their anti-cancer compound. I don't know a lot about that, just reading the headlines from the news releases, but on technicals alone, we picked up on this stock on February the 11th at 93 cents. We mentioned them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times cents, so it's gone from 93 cents to 350. It's hard to know when these runs end. It will at some point, but we'll just keep it on our radar until then. That's about it for today. Trade safely, do your homework. Talk with you tomorrow.